Hi there. Yesterday, Microsoft Power BI team released May 2022 Power BI updates. There are many updates. Out of them, I really like two updates, which I'm gonna share with you in this video. If you would like to know more about the Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service updates, please check the link in the description section and you will get to know more about it. However, this video is specific to two updates only and I'm going to discuss with them one by one. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. Right now I'm on my Power BI desktop and I'm using this very simple data model over here, which you can see. And if you would like to use the same file, you can find the link in the description section and you can download this file as well. Not only that, before going into today's video, you have to do one thing. First, you have to download the latest Power BI desktop version. I'll provide you a link in the description section to directly go over there and download this Power BI desktop version, which has been released yesterday only. Once you download and install this Power BI desktop version, what you have to do, go to the files. Over here, you will find this button, options and settings. Click on the options. Then this new window is gonna open. And over here, you can directly go to the preview features. Over here, you will notice that I have selected already these fields parameters. So please make sure that this option is checked out. Once you are going to do this, then you have to select OK. Then it's going to ask you to restart your Power BI desktop application, which you have to do if you would like to use the new Power BI preview features. And I'll request you to please check out all the Power BI preview features so that you can take the advantage of latest Power BI desktop features. After updating my Power BI desktop application and then selecting the preview features, I have restarted my Power BI desktop application. Now, what we have to do, I'll come over here. In this pane, you can see that I have this clustered column chart. And here I have this field sales amount. So in this video, first we are going to discuss the very important feature, that means field parameters. In my previous videos, if you are following our channel, you have seen that I have created so many dynamic measures or dynamic dimensions where you can select the dimensions or the measures, and according to that, your visualization is varying or your visualization is getting changed. So in this video, what is so special about the field parameters? I'm sure if you're working on Microsoft Power BI already, then you have already used what if parameters. However, since yesterday, Microsoft Power BI team has released another very unique feature. That means now you can dynamically change the axis, or even you can dynamically use the measures into your any visualization over here. So how to use them and how to apply them into your Power BI desktop reports, I'm gonna show you over here. So what you have to do, first drag it a visualization like this over here, where I have this sales amount only. I haven't have anything over here. Secondly, what you have to do, you have to come under this modeling tab, and where you used to see what if parameters, here you see this new parameter. There are two options available over here. One is numeric range, another would be a field. So over here we are going to select this field button, and over here I'm going to give it a name, dynamic dimension. So that's the only name I'm going to give it over here. So what I'm trying to do over here, I would try to change my axis of my visualization dynamically. That means I can select any of the dimension, whether it's a company name, product name, maybe store name or something else. So I would like to apply that dynamically, and that's what we are going to do over here. So once you're going to give it a name, now you can select your parameters, or in another word, you can select your dimensions from the fields pane. Now, once you select all the parameters or all the dimensions that you would like to use into your visualization and you would like to dynamically change them, what you can do, you can also change the order of these if you would like to. For example, I'm going to keep store over here only, but I would like to move brand under the continent and continent under the brand. Now it seems like okay. If you would like to change the name as well, you can do that. Just double click over here, and here you can edit the names of any of the dimensions as well. Let me do it quickly over here. and here I can make it country only. That's it. That's all we need to do. So over here you can see I have 6 different dimensions, and according to which I want to visualize my data. So let's see how to do that. Once you are done with that, there is an option add slices to this page. If you would like to use it as a slicer, definitely you can do that over here. So I'm gonna just click on this create button. As soon as you would click on the create button, you can see that there is a slicer with the name of dynamic dimension. Now furthermore, what I can do, I can make it look better. Now you can clearly see over there you have your slicer with the different dimension that you would like to use as the axis. But if I'm going to select any of these, for example brand, nothing is changing. Over here I select continent, nothing is changing. So why it's not working? Did I do something wrong? No, you didn't. So what you have to do, once you do that, right now we have not selected any of the dynamic dimension into our visualization. That's what we need to do now. For that, first you have to select your visualization. Once you select that, then you can see that this axis field is still blank, and here we have to drag our parameter that we have just created. Over here you can see that I have this dynamic dimension, so I can drag it over here. Over here you would also notice that I have other dimensions as well. So let me select it. This is my newly created and this was my old, so let me just delete it from my model so that I don't get confused. And let me delete this as well. So these are the 2 dimensions, or these are the 2 parameters that I created earlier. Right now I really don't want to use. So once I selected this, I can see that there is a tick mark. That means this is the one that I have to use over here. So I'll select my visualization, then I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna drag it over here. Now the very first, you can clearly see there is nothing is selected or all are selected. That's why it's showing you like this. So if you want to do the drill down as well, you can do it. The very first is your brand, then you can drill it down further up to the continent, but let me just do it up, and here you can go one by one if you would like to do like this, and then you can go like this. However, I really don't want to do like this. I want to select my own. So how to do that? How to select your own one? For that, first you can select brand. So now you can see it's according to brand. Now I don't want to select brand. So what I want to do, I just want to select the country and I want to unselect this brand. Now according to the country, you can see your x-axis is the country one, and on the y-axis your sales amount. So you can select either of them or all of them. It's totally up to you. Now there are 2. One is country, another is category. So if I'm gonna drill it down further, it's gonna show me categories as well, where you can see it. So this is really a very unique and very important feature. In order to implement this kind of functionality in Power BI reports, we used to do a lot of hard work by creating some measures or creating separate table, etc. But right now Microsoft Power BI team is doing really a great work to make our life easier and to make this Power BI desktop application very, very useful for us. Now in another way, I also would like to show you how you can use not only dimension dynamically, you can also use the measures as well. So how to do that? Let me show you over here quickly as well. So what you can do over here, right now you can see I have this matrix over here. This is the matrix visualization. Here I'm using continent and country region. But what I want to use, I would like to select dynamically from the slicer again my dimension as well as measurements. So how to do that? For that, what you can do, again you would come under this modeling tab, create fields parameter. That's all 2 options I'm going to do here, and let me just bring it a bit down. That's it. If you really want to use your newly created parameter, you have to drag it down into this matrix visualization as well. So let's do it quickly. Over here you can see dynamic measure. Over here, this is my dynamic measure and selection. So let me bring it over here. Here it's done, but I don't want to use it over here because it's my matrix. So let me do it under the columns. Now you can see that if I select this one, it's gonna show me all like this, but I really don't want to do like this. So what I want to select them all over here. Okay, in our measures, We have also selected this country, which we really don't want, so that's why it's not gonna work like this, but I'll still do it for you. So what you can do, just remove this country region from here. This is another good thing, that at least you are gonna get to know how to work on this one. So let's remove this one and give it a name 4 and just select it. Now you can see this store names over here, and then you have the other parameters. So let me select all. Okay, let's make it a matrix. I have just changed it from matrix to my normal table form, and here you can see your all the measures are coming over here. If you would like to change any of these settings, you can change it. That means you can do up and down if you would like to change the order of these columns. But if you don't want to select all, what you can do, you can unselect as well, and here you can see it's changing according to this. I would like to show you 2 more updates as well, and those are very important. So what used to happen when I used to come into my format pane, and when I used to come over here, then I have to expand the categories and all. I have to do all of them one by one. That's kind of a bit frustrating. Now what Microsoft is doing, you can come here and expand all the categories, and if you really don't like that, you want to collapse, you can do that as well. But this third option, which is very important, you have to select this more option button. Once you're gonna select this, new pane is gonna open, and over here there is a format pane option. Here you can select expand all subcategories by default when you open a category. That is going to be game changer whenever you are working on that, and it's pretty easy. Like you can search although, but now you can search all the subcategories as well from this pane. So this was the feature number 2. Now I'm going to talk about the feature number 3, or updates third, which is not huge one, but still you would like that. And that feature is about this canvas where I'm working. I want to zoom in, zoom out like that. For example, I can zoom out, like it's completely out, it's shrinked. Or if I would look to zoom in, for example this, or I can even do this. So at the bottom you can do this. Now question comes, if you have to revert to the default state, how you're gonna do that? For that you can just click on this button. Once you click on this button, it's gonna restore to its default position. So this is very important. It used to be in the Power BI service, but now it's available into your Power BI desktop application, where in the canvas you can zoom in or zoom out, or even quick reset it. I hope you liked today's video. If you have any question and concern, please don't forget to let us know. And if you are new over here, please don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for all the latest Power BI updates and videos. See you in the next video.